Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome again to CAWASA Wednesday webinar. And if it's Wednesday, you know, we're talking water. And we are very pleased this evening that we have a special guest from the WEF, the World Environmental Forum, who are all part of the water family. She has served as an author and reviewer on many technical manuals, most recently serving as a contributing author on WEF's Wastewater Treatment Fundamentals Operator Training Manual series.
So, Ignatius, thank you for reading my bio. And every time I work with a different group of operators, I work with a different utility. I have been working with the Federation forever. WEF has about 30,000 members, mostly in North America. So the Plan Ops Committee, we have about 80 members right now. Like I said, just throwing a bunch of stuff out there. Any of these we can follow up on later, but the WEF Skills Builder is something that we started 25 years ago, where we thought it would be good to have a place where operators could go and generate practice quizzes, multiple choice exam questions that are modeled very much after the format that you would see on your certification exams, so that you have somewhere to go to practice. So you can see after each question here, we've linked it to a current reference, so that if an operator's studying for an exam and you take the question and you're not sure why that's the right answer. So we're constantly expanding that database to give operators a larger group of questions to practice from. There's aspects that are free to members. So if you're interested in them, I can get that list to Valerie and Ignatius, and they could distribute it to you guys. If there's any of these topics that you would like, I can send you the file because they're not that big. Again, we have a small group on our committee who is, recruiting authors and reviewing these drafts and giving feedback on the drafts. I guess I didn't mention, and I apologize, I'm located in Maryland, and this utility is just south of here, about 100 miles. And they had very large pumps here that were installed outdoors, and they should have worked fine, but they weren't. They were tripping out. So just some creative ideas that fixed a problem. So these were the actual people that are operating and maintaining the systems came and talked to us about some of the challenges that they ran into, accepting food waste from nearby farms or nearby resorts or nearby food preparation facilities, and adding that to the digesters. So it was an interesting talk. That's another topic that if you guys were interested, we had 4 speakers at the webinar. That would be, I could get any one of those 4 groups to come and talk to you guys for one of the future. So Access Water, I mentioned, is a new effort that WEF is putting together. Since the beginning, actually, since 1928, they have been doing conferences on all different topics. They've now found a way to kind of put that all together into one place. And right now they have over 20,000 different papers and articles and webcasts and all this stuff in there. And they continue to add more information to that all the time. I've been negotiating with WEF. I have a class here in Maryland of operators that are studying for their certification exam, and they are entry-level operators who are trying to pass the introductory level, the level 1 exam, the need to know criteria, for the ABC exams, and gives practice questions for each section. And we are actually getting ready to update those right now. The last time we updated those, might have been 7 or 8 years ago. So for these books, we've really tried to include a lot of visual additions to it that kind of give you a better picture of the pieces and parts of a treatment plant, especially when you're studying for the certification exam. And Sydney and I work together on book 2 and 3, and you can see, we are lucky enough to get to travel all around and visit plants all over. And every time we're out in the field, we always take pictures and use them in our training. It is operations teams that compete. We have local competitions, and then we send the winner from the local competition to WEF to the national conference to compete. And I work here. Our conference is called the Chesapeake Water Environment Association's annual conference. And we have usually 8 to 10 teams compete. And then the best local team gets money to cover their travel to go to WEF. And usually at WEF we end up with 35 to 45 teams from all over. So there's different aspects, which makes it confusing and hard to know where to look for things. And I think there were 6 or 7 different topics there. I can download them and send them to you guys as an attachment, or you guys could go to the website direct. But those are nice resources. They're kind of sprinkled through here, and I tried to highlight things that were, free for everybody.
And certainly we would be following your links.
I learned a lot too. Thank you, Stacy. Great presentation. Yeah. Really learned a lot.
We'd like to say thanks, and we certainly will keep in touch to offer, as you indicated, possible other topics, and to explore some of your training material, particularly the training kit. That may be very useful to us in collaboration with OWB, Operators Without Borders.
And Ignatius, I've got my eye on Stacy.